Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heather. I'm an intuitive artist, author, animal communicator, energy healer for pets and people, psychic channeler, medium, and I am on a mission to empower and embolden others to connect with their divine radiant light and honor the sacred connection with all life. At least once a week here recently and hopefully going forward, I am bringing through channeled messages from my team of spirit, multidimensional, and angelic guides. And the way I've been doing it recently is I just let them kind of tap me on the shoulder and name the topic. And the feeling I get is that somebody needs to hear this right now. So that may be you. If it's not you, I would say save this for later. Maybe the message applies at a future time. But for those of you who feel resonant with this right now, I'd love to hear about it in the comments if you feel like sharing. So today's message is about a couple of things. The flow state, which I know because I have so many of you in this community and so many friends who are creators, whether they're painters, actors, dancers, photographers, visual arts, all the things. But the flow state, as the team explains in the channeled message, goes beyond just creative. It's not just under the umbrella of creativity. We all can access it and harness it. And that's when you really feel that you are like on and clicking and things are happening and coming your way and you think a thought and you see it made manifest and it's just like, oh, beautiful, works, mwah, chef's kiss, so well. But sometimes we feel like, where did it go? The flow state dried up and I don't know where it is. So that's what the team wanted to talk about today. And I'll let them bring home the main message in the channeling, which I will share right now, but I'll be back with you afterwards. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Hello, bright and beautiful beings. We thank you for your time and your attention today. We feel called to speak to you on something you on your planet call the flow state. And we want you to consider this from a few different options or perspectives, because for many of you, you may say, I am not a creative person or an athlete, and so I don't have a flow state that I need to worry about. Those of you who do create, whether it is through physical art, through dance, through movement, through action, through song, you'll know what the flow state is, most specifically when you cannot locate it, for that is when you are often most concerned with it. But even those who are not in a creative occupation, profession, or have a creative hobby, you are often in the flow state as well. And you may not realize when you are in it or not in it because you may not associate anything coming out of the flow state as having come from that state specifically or from your being in that state. So we would like for us first to establish what we are talking about with the flow state. It is when you are in what you may call the zone. It is when you can very easily feel that you are aligned to your own creativity, your own forces, your own life force, your own soul, which we would say is also your own higher self and your own higher wisdom. When you can access that, you feel this empowerment and you feel this magnetism toward life where everything falls one domino after the next and things feel a little easier than normal for you. When you are not in the flow state, some of you would say it as if you have no original ideas, you have no thoughts in your head, there is nothing, it is frustrating, it feels stagnant and stuck. You may still be in the flow state when you have that experience. And that's what we would like to expand on a little bit today. So first, we will call ourselves out as saying there is no real location of the flow state. It is you accessing you. And so if you have strayed far away from a flow state, you are likely far away from you, your authenticity, what the channel calls your divine radiant light. We would ask you to consider in those moments when you feel that I can't find a creative idea, I can't find a solution to my problem, I just feel like I am stuck. Is there a reason that you have put yourself in this timeout? And by that we mean, do you feel that you are in resistance? Are you in resistance to making a change? Are you in resistance to bringing through a creative idea because maybe you fear the judgment upon it? Maybe you fear the success that may come with it. Maybe you fear the lack of success that may come with it. You are putting the cart before the horse, so to speak, in having an emotional experience of something that hasn't occurred yet, and then you are hanging the outcome of the flow state upon that future possibility. And your minds will often do this to keep you safe, to keep you in the familiar, because for your physical body, your physical vessel, the familiar is safe, even though many of you may consciously feel that it is not and would object to that. For your body, the same old day after day means your bodily systems do not have to rally. They don't have to expend additional energy, and so it is efficient for you to stay in the same old. So why have a spark of creation when, gosh, you may then have to take action on it. You may have to do something, and then even scarier than that, you may have some kind of reaction to it. So when we say, ask yourself if you are in resistance to it, it is an honest question for yourself. For the resistance will come often, if not always, when you are in the flow state. It is how are you observing that resistance? Are you calling its bluff? Are you saying, yes, that's a valid concern that you have, body, but my soul needs to do this and we will be fine. I will lead us through it. You can have that kind of dialogue within yourself. The flip side of being in resistance to something is being in resilience about whatever comes. But often that may also be a trick that your mind is playing with you. I can be completely resilient because I don't care what happens, when actually you do. But you are strong-arming yourself through to bring an idea forth. So we do not mean to cause confusion with the dance between these two states. We wish to give you the perspective of looking at them and realizing the wrestling match that may be occurring within you. Another thing we would like you to consider is if you are in resistance to something, look at the word resistance, break it down, and pull from it, even though the spelling is slightly different, pull from it the word cistern. A cistern is something that holds water, holds it, keeps it stagnant, but also keeps it safe. Where from the word resilience, we would ask you to draw out the word silt, sand, gravel, what comes as a result of things flowing. And then that can then be thought of as fertile ground. So ask yourself, if I feel stuck, am I in resistance? And if so, is it serving me? If it's not, dig a little deeper. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions of your mind's objections. Keep in mind, pun intended, that your mind wishes to keep you safe, wishes to keep your bodily functions efficient, but it is pushing through the flow state that brings you into resilience. And when you do that often and you do that enough, it becomes more second nature to you, and you will not feel that you have lost the flow state. You have instead navigated it. You have chosen to ride the rapids that are sometimes fierce, sometimes fast, and sometimes non-existent. There is no one way in which the flow state finds you. And that is the beauty of what you have in front of you when you are in an act of creation, whether it is art, song, dance, action, decision, opportunity, change. The river is yours to navigate. Ride it well. Be blessed, dear ones. Okay, what did you think of that? I love the wordplay. My team is really good at doing wordplay. And I liked, are you in resistance or resilience? That's like the first question to ask yourself. But then taking that a step further And building into that, the image, resistance, cistern, things are going to get stuck and stagnant. And for me, I kind of picture that as murky, deep water that maybe doesn't even see the light because it's just accumulating and it gets dark and dark and dark. Or silt, where things have moved through, they've processed, they've broken down rock, and everything just feels fertile and can be used as future growth, but it's also a sign that you've taken the action and you've moved through something. So for me, I find that really helpful and kind of a neat just visualization to remind myself. And as an artist, I absolutely know the pain of feeling like the flow state. It's almost like this flashlight beam that sometimes it shines on you, sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, boy, can you tell? Like, you can absolutely be like, it was so great. Can I get it back? But knowing that that's within us, that's us that we're tapping into, and then taking the steps to reconnect yourself to that, I think that's helpful too. So I hope you found the message helpful. I'd love to know your thoughts. So leave me a comment below, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.